Attention passionate Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news. The NFL landscape is always buzzing, but right now, there's a rumor that's got Seahawks fans buzzing, and it's big. Word is that the Philadelphia Eagles might be open to trading Jordan Mailata, their star left tackle, and if this deal actually comes through, it could be a total game changer for Seattle, especially on the offensive line. Now I know what some of you are thinking, Mailata? Why would Philly trade their Aussie wall? Well, let's break it down. The Eagles have been sitting pretty at 8-2, but they're also sitting on a lot of cap space, around $15 million that they're probably going to free up by making some moves, especially since they've allowed over 20 points per game this season and are looking to shore up their secondary and offensive line. This trade, if it happens, would see the Eagles shipping Mailata off for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft. That's a huge return, and it makes sense from Philly's perspective. They're in a win-now mode, and they're prioritizing their defense and secondary, especially after allowing over 201 points this season. Moving Mailata, who's been a cornerstone on their offensive line, opens up the cap space they need to retool that secondary and add some depth. Plus, with Mailata's value, they're getting a first-round pick that can help them build for the future, possibly even recouping some of that draft capital they lost when they traded for Jalen Carter or other assets. Now, for the Seahawks, this could be a perfect storm. Seattle's offensive line has been a work in progress, but adding Mailata would instantly upgrade their left tackle position, giving Geno Smith a much-needed shield. We all saw how much the offensive line struggled at times this season, especially with the injuries and fatigue that have hampered the unit. Mailata's presence would be a massive boost, not just in pass protection but also in run blocking. His power and technique, combined with his ability to anchor against fierce pass rushers, would open lanes for Kenneth Walker III and improve the overall efficiency of Seattle's ground game. Imagine the impact of Mailata's arrival on the Seahawks' offense. His ability to reduce sacks by around 20% could be the difference between a good season and a great one. Right now, Seattle is allowing about 24 sacks, which is definitely an area they want to improve. With Mailata protecting Geno's blindside, he'd also give the quarterback more pocket time, potentially increasing it by 13%. That extra time means more opportunities for play-action passes, allowing DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett to get open downfield and making the Seahawks' offense even more explosive. Plus, the run game could see a boost of about 20 yards per game, which is huge for a team that wants to control the clock and wear down defenses. Looking at the statistics, Mailata's performance in 2023 has been outstanding. He's been graded at 91. 1 PFF overall with a pass block grade of 84.6, putting him among the top tackles in the league. His run blocking grade is equally impressive at 81.3. He's allowed only 2 sacks and 15 pressures over 10 starts this season, showing durability and consistency. That's exactly the kind of player the Seahawks need to solidify their line long-term, especially with the recent injury to Charles Cross and concerns about Abraham Lucas recovering from his injury. And it's not just about the immediate upgrade. Bringing Mailata into the Seahawks' locker room would send a strong message about the team's ambitions. Seattle has been building a competitive roster, and this move would elevate their offensive line into the top 8 units in the league, which is a huge step forward. His presence would also open up more lanes for Walker, who has been a bright spot this season, rushing for over 600 yards and earning over 15 first downs on the ground. The improved protection and run blocking would also help Geno Smith, who's been playing well but needs a solid line to truly shine and lead this offense deep into the playoffs. Let's talk about the bigger picture. If Seattle manages to pull off this trade, it could significantly impact the NFC playoff picture. Mailata's addition would make the Seahawks' offense more balanced and dangerous, especially with the way they've been able to run and pass effectively this season. It could also help them compete more fiercely against divisional foes like the 49ers and Rams, who are also strengthening their rosters. The 49ers, for example, are making moves to stay ahead, and Seattle needs to respond with bold moves of their own. This trade could turn the tide, giving the Seahawks a serious boost for the stretch run. Looking at the potential odds, if Mailata joins Seattle, the Seahawks' chances of winning big games and possibly making a deep playoff run increase significantly. Bookmakers might see the Seahawks' Super Bowl odds improving from around plus 1,200 to plus 800 or better, depending on how well Mailata adapts to the Seahawks' system and how quickly he can gel with the team. It's a move that could turn Seattle into an even more formidable playoff contender, especially with the NFC's unpredictable landscape this year. The NFC has been full of surprises, with teams like the Eagles, 49ers, and Lions all vying for supremacy, but adding a player like Mailata could tip the scales in Seattle's favor. Of course, the trade isn't without its questions. Some fans might worry about losing draft capital or how well Mailata will adapt to a new team and system. But if there's one thing we know about him, it's his resilience, his power in the run game, and his ability to anchor against elite pass rushers. That kind of toughness is exactly what the Seahawks need as they push toward the postseason. Plus, the fact that he's only 26 years old means he's entering his prime, and Seattle wouldn't just be getting a short-term fix, they'd be adding a cornerstone piece for years to come. From a strategic standpoint, this move by the Seahawks would also send a message to the rest of the league that they're serious about competing now. It's about building a balanced team that can handle all phases of the game. Seattle's coaching staff has shown they're willing to make bold decisions, and acquiring Mailata would be a clear statement that they're all in on this season and beyond. With a strong offensive line, Geno Smith can operate more comfortably. Play-action passing becomes even more effective, and the running game can flourish, giving the Seahawks a more well-rounded attack. In the broader context of the NFL, this type of trade also mirrors what other contenders are doing. Look at the Chiefs trading for Thuney, or the Vikings boosting their line with Darisaw. Every successful team knows that protecting the quarterback and establishing a solid run game are the keys to sustained success. Seattle, with this move, would be aligning itself with the league's best practices, emphasizing frontline strength, and ensuring that Geno Smith has the protection he needs to make big throws and keep drives alive. The impact of Mailata's potential arrival goes beyond just the line. It's about confidence, stability, and sending a message to the entire NFC that the Seahawks are in it to win it. With a top-tier offensive line, Seattle's offense could elevate to new heights, making them not just a playoff team but a real Super Bowl contender. The fans, the city, and the team's future depend on moves like these, and if this trade comes to fruition, it might just be the spark Seattle needs to challenge for the Lombardi Trophy once again. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Mailata would be the missing piece to take this team to the next level? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. We're in this together, and the best is yet to come.